somebody, anybody, complain to me that this show sounds exactly the same day after day, because I have such an easy comeback for it. Good morning to you. Good Friday morning. I'm Dejan Kovacevic of DK Pittsburgh Sports. This is Daily Shot of Pirates. It comes your way bright and early every weekday. If you're into football and or hockey, I also offer daily shots of Steelers and Penguins in the same place that you found this. Tommy Pham was signed yesterday. Assuming you haven't read all the blaring headlines on the subject. The same Tommy Pham. He's about to turn 37 years old. He hasn't been able to hit in forever. He hasn't really been much of a player in any capacity in forever. But the Pirates are paying him $4.025 million on a one-year contract. And you know something? I got a feeling he's the guy. You know, as in he's the right fielder. Now, they can couch that. As I've been saying in a more hypothetical sense for weeks now, they can couch that by saying that whoever that they were going to acquire for the right field, the clear and obvious, glaringly obvious need in right field, could have been put into a competition with Jack Sawinski or Josh Palacios. And let's see who emerges from that competition. We love to have spring competition. It's all going to be bunk. All of it. When the Pirates pay $4 million for somebody, the Pirates are looking for a starter. And this player, I don't want to be mean, okay? I mean, he's had an 11-year major league career. By all accounts, a good dude, a professional, had a wonderful start with the Cardinals, we'll all remember. But you're talking about somebody who last year slashed 248, 305, 368, 9 home runs and 39 RBIs. He's a 258 career hitter with not much pop. He's kind of like Connor Joe, except that Joe was better. But they let Joe go, and he was the consummate pro in every regard. So I'm only pointing that out because this isn't someone who would have been let go for any reason other than performance. And, you know, Joe was just a better player. And even if you're looking at this purely from a potential platoon standpoint, meaning you would go with Sawinski or Palacios from the one side and have somebody making things happen against lefties, Joe was a 714 OPS guy against lefties in 2024. 714. Pham was a 674. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I know that there's a real craving, and understandably so, among this fan base for blood, I guess you could call it, and rip these guys, tear them a new one. But I'm out of material. These are people who are not competitive by nature. Chuck Noll, the legendary Steelers coach, once famously spoke to a player, if I have to motivate you, I'm firing you. And these guys can't be helped. Payrolls at roughly $82 million last season. It finished at 84. I've been told that it'll hit $100 million by season's end, but there's a long way to go, obviously. And there's just not much to add. They don't leave themselves much room anymore to be analyzed. I'm going to keep pointing out whenever the analytical outlets and journals go after the Pirates, because this is supposed to be Ben Cherington's happy land. They like to think of themselves as being part of that high-browed, high-minded fraternity that thinks baseball at some special level. Those people are laughing at the Pirates. Those people. A headline on Fangraphs, which is pretty much the Bible for that sort of thing anymore. yesterday asked why the Pirates seem hell-bent on wasting Paul Skeens and the young pitching that they have. The first thing that's striking about a piece like that is that it's not analytical, It's the kind of thing that you would get from the standard hot takes crew. The second thing that's striking is that they're comfortable doing it at all. For years, you got to understand, these analytics people laid off Neil Huntington until it was the end of the world. One clown wrote a book about the brilliance of the Huntington and Kyle Stark era, about all these ultra brainiac concepts that they put in. Why? Just because they were doing things that looked and sounded analytical. It wasn't until the very end of their tenure that a lot of those people got wise to how bad exactly they were. Charrington comes in, same rep, same treatment. Not anymore. Wow, man. Just wow. Tommy Pham. That's the answer you've been waiting months for. Tommy Pham. When we come back, J1Q.
It's Gun Storage Check Week. Help prevent unwanted access to your firearms. No one wants their unsecured gun to be used in an accident, a suicide, or a crime. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to secure your firearms. Learn more at gunstoragechek.org. That's gunstoragechek.org. Brought to you by NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association.
Today's J1Q comes from Charlie, who asks simply, DK, why does Bob Nutting want to own the Pirates? And you know what? That's a good question. And that's a fair question. And I'm going to treat it as both of those things, as opposed to getting all snarky here and coming up with all kinds of one-liners. I'm not exactly short on those when it comes to this particular subject. I've asked myself that question. I've asked him that question. It's been a while since I've done it, but I have. And here's the best, fairest, I think the most balanced answer that I can possibly give. Nutting legitimately, honestly, sees himself as a responsible steward for this franchise, in large part because when he took it over, it was in terrible, dangerous, for real, financial shape. Kevin McClatchy and his group were terribly undercapitalized. They took payroll up, this is in the early 2000s, to a level that could not be sustained, no matter how many seats were filled at PNC Park. That forced the ugliest trade, I think, in Pittsburgh sports history, with sending Aramis Ramirez to the Cubs for absolutely nothing. So when Nutting, who comes from a wealthy but also frugal background, took over from his dad, his personality, his risk-averse nature, I'm sure to him felt like a very good fit for protecting and preserving the Pirates. Now, that part I don't have to guess at. The rest, I kind of do. Is he cheap? Again, yes. Is he making a lot of money off the Pirates? Again, yes. Is he going to make an absolute, unthinkable, magna, huge payday someday if and when he sells? Oh my God, yes. Is he lousy at hiring people? Absolutely. Is he lousy at accountability? He's really, really bad at that. So all of those things can be true alongside what I said to you at the beginning here. And I know there are a lot of people that don't ever want to hear more than one explanation for something, and they just hear, that's it. You're blaming him for that. Or you only think this one thing. No. There's a lot of different factors in this. And there's a lot of different things that make Nutting the wrong owner for the Pirates. But the question that you asked me specifically here is the one that I'm answering. And that's that he in his own mind, in his own vision, he's the guy who makes sure that the Pirates never run into another Aramis Ramirez trade. So he treats it like, I don't know, a piggy bank he's afraid to break even after somebody's handed him $200. I can't relate to that. I'm going to guess that you can't relate to that. I'm not sure I know anybody who can. But all I'm trying to do here is to answer the question that was asked. I appreciate you, Charlie. I appreciate everybody who listens to this show. I'd love to start sharing with you all kinds of excitement about spring training starting up in the middle of next week, or, even selfishly that I'm going to go there to cover it, at least the start of it. I can't do that. I can't do that. This franchise is just, it's beyond my ability to even say things anymore.